Hello, welcome to the Peaceful Woodturner. I haven't done any faceplate turning in a while, so I wanted to just kind of get my hands back onto it a little bit. And I've got this piece of oak here that came from a construction site. They were using this to keep the holes open while they were working in their pits and stuff like that. So it's really solid wood. I'm pretty sure it's oak. I mean, obviously there wasn't any identification on it. This is just some heavy scrap timber, basically. I'm going to start by just drawing it to round and cutting out a recess for my chuck. Right now I've got it mounted up as a faceplate, and I'm going to use the bowl gouge for pretty much everything, just because I've seen people doing it, some really experienced turners and stuff doing a lot of things with the bowl gouge, so I'm still trying to get the hang of using this tool. It can be a lot of things, and a lot of times for me all it ends up being is a headache, so I really want to get a little bit better with it. I need to practice. I've got this mounted up, and it's going to be going at about 680 RPM. I just realized a big mistake. Had my gloves on from an earlier project. I just forgot to take them off. That was stupid. Alright, almost completely true and round on the outside. Need to measure for my chuck, and then I'll cut my recess. Alright, I've got my mark where I'm going to make my recess. So I'm going to start going again with the bowl gouge, and I'm going to use the skews to finish it off. Caught a little right by that crack. You definitely have to go out a little wider. Alright, now just to finish this up a little bit, smooth it out, and I should be able to put my chuck in there pretty solidly. the shape I want, and clean it up and get it on the chuck. I cleaned it up a bit, smoothed it out some, and it's a good fit for my chuck. So I'm going to take it off the faceplate now and switch it off and put it on the chuck. Alright, we're remounted. I've got my rough side out now. And I'm just going to start trying to turn this down, get it all round and smooth where I want it to be. And I'm going to hollow this out, make it kind of a candy dish sort of thing. One thing I do need to do is just try to get an idea of how deep I can go when I get down inside here. So I'm going to do a little bit of measuring and just kind of line things up. Alright, that gives me a rough line. I know I really shouldn't go much deeper than that. Now it's time to start smoothing. Getting close to my maximum depth. I'll change my angle a little bit. Start working in over here. I'm hoping to be able to do a little bit of a recess underneath here, so it'd actually be a little bit hollowed out underneath. I just took a minute to put a fresh edge on my gouge. So I'm going to try to just finish this in here. And I'm going to go real slow and careful because there are some cracks and I really don't want to have any problems. It's amazing what a sharp tool will do. Okay, that's as deep as I'm going to go on the inside. I'm going to just do a quick pass on the outside here to take off some of these rough spots. Again, going very gently. I'm watching out for these cracks. And then I should be able to sand. a little bit better, I wouldn't have left this part right here. And I'd like to chase it, but I'm really worried that I'm going to get too deep into some of these cracks and I'm going to have a problem. So I'm stopping with all the tools now, and I'm just going to work with sandpaper from here on out. So because of this rough area right here, I am going to go a little bit aggressive with the sandpaper to begin with. I'm going to turn my speed down to about 500 RPM, and I'm just going to try to smooth this out a bit. Got a lot of that line down, but not enough. The outside's nice and smooth. A little bit of an edge right there, and I got a couple of lines. I want to see if I can get those out. Alright, taking that down a good bit, I'm just going to go with the 220 sponge now. See what happens with a little bit of burnishing with the shavings. So what I'm seeing is I still have some lines on the outside. And I definitely have some lines on the inside. I'm going to leave those though, because I'm really worried about putting any pressure on here. And at this point, this crack is coming through deeper than I expected it to. And I'm pretty much right at the edge of it. So there's going to be no more work on the inside except for whatever polishing I do. But I'm going to get right here a little bit on the back side, just to kind of smooth that off, and go with a slightly higher grit, and then we'll burnish. So I like how that came out. Got the glass on the inside there with the epoxy. It's a little tacky still, but this whole thing looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. I gotta find some more wood like this and make some more pieces like this because I really like this design. Thank you for joining me on the Peaceful Woodturner.